There's a reason I've come. I'm here for the princess. You must be, her mom?
Gerard, nice to meet you. Thank you for doing this.
Hey, how are you, man?
I'm great. I off the top, I want to share something really quick, which is 300 came out when I was a senior in high school, and my instinct after seeing that movie was to write, direct, and act in a musical adaptation called 300 the Musical.
No way.
So it feels very fitting that I get to talk to you about a musical today.
By the way, do you want to hear something that ties that, or you want to see something that ties that up even more? The director of this movie, Peter Bainton, because he was a little bit obsessed with the link between Santa and Leonidas. So he drew this for me while we were working together, and it says, "What is your profession?" So that's what it says there. What is your profession? Ho ho ho.
Oh, that's amazing.
So there's a good link right there. I should get one printed for you.
That is great. Thank you so much. You do such a great job in this. It's so fun to hear you, I guess. Everybody knows Santa and has an idea of who Santa is. What does it feel like to take that on? And did you have a sense of like knowing people had expectations?
I knew. Yes, I guess, people have expectations of who they think Santa is, but then you look at movies coming out like Bad Santa. It has become the thing to show Santa in the most unflattering or just different of lights, different ways possible. And I also knew the Santa we were trying to create with this movie and the environment, in the world that was going to be created in. And I read this and I immediately knew who he was, and I immediately knew what I could bring to that very strongly. Like I literally wanted to get up and perform it straight away. I went, I hope there's not a gap. I would love to just stand up because I see this now. I want to see this line right now. I want to sing this right now. Knew all the extra things and everything you could wring out of it, and its silliness and its goofiness and its warmth and its love and its just that zest that he has for life, but in how annoying that he is, because he can't help himself. So I figured that would be enough, because I think people are going to get the kind of Santa that they're seeing in this movie. He's glam. He loves that he's a rock star, but ultimately he's a good man who wants to do a good job and spread love in the world. Which is the ultimate message. So it felt like we could kind of bastardize the characters enough, but still keep you in the world of these fairy tales. Enough to actually draw you back into them and go, oh God, that's the Santa story, and that's Alice in Wonderland, and yet still be able to have this crazy collision between these two worlds and these two characters, these different characters.
It's such a family-friendly thing. Did you have any, how did this come to you? Did you have any friends or extended family or anyone that kind of encouraged you to take on this role that's going to be so beloved to kids and families?
No, nobody. Weirdly, nobody encouraged me because nobody had to. It came through a buddy of mine, Daniel B, who said, by the way, would you know my friends producing this, and they'd love you to do it, but I don't think they think you would ever do it. And he said, but would you have a look at this? And the second I read it, there was nobody there saying you got to do this. It was actually quite the opposite. Because when we looked at the dates, it seemed like there wasn't a way in the world that I could do it. And I kept pushing and pushing and pushing to make sure that it happened, because it just stuck with me. And even when I thought it was gone, I'd say, wait, is that gone for sure? Is there anything we can do? Because it had touched something inside me. And I thought, I got to tell that story. I got to play that character. Just even knowing I'm making that movie that is for kids, but adults. But I do believe, together with just all of the animation and the music and the characters, that's going to be a great little movie that I think people will really love, and I'd be proud to be a part of.
I was looking, and it's been literally 20 years since a lot of people heard you sing last, right? I think that was Phantom of the Opera, was 2004. Was there a reason there was such a long break? Were you staying away from this for any reason? Or?
No, Not particularly. I do remember when Andrew Lloyd Webber was talking to me about playing the role of Phantom, and he said, now this is going to very much change your career. Your career is going to become much more musical. And I remember, one, going, this is amazing, I'm going to get to play the Phantom, but also going, I don't think it's going to change my career that much. I'm still going to stick foremost with acting. That's not to say that I don't regret sometimes that I didn't do more musicals, or because I have to say, doing this, I forgot how much fun it is, especially if it's something as fun as this, because the music here was so great. And Guy Chambers, the composer that did all Robbie Williams albums, he's amazing. The songs that I was singing, the lyric, all great. So it was really fun to be dancing in a booth and recording these lyrics and singing, and it did make me think. Sonia Jones was such a great coach, and she kept going, I can't believe you don't sing. I love listening to you sing. You got to sing more. Come. So I did say that I was going to take it up again. So maybe I will. So that if another musical does come along, I'm a little less rusty.
The wildest thing to me about this movie is that almost everything is spoken in rhyme. Like, how do you deliver lines like that for a full length of a movie while sounding at all like a human? Like, that seems hard.
I'm glad you said that, because in actual fact, it is a little tricky. You gotta, because you could just dive into it, which, by the way, is what I wanted to do. I'm not saying that was the right way, because getting that, you got to learn how much you can break the rules, how much you have to stay within the rules, that you're not going so far out to get a performance that you're losing the musicality and the intonation, and the rhythm of the piece. What's that? The meter. So that was something that, and I kept focusing on, okay, start as quickly as you can, try and understand how much you can have fun and break the rules without breaking the rules so much that we're forgetting that we're all, because it was so cleverly written that you wanted to remind the audience all the time, this whole thing has been written in rhyming couplets. And I think that we did that. I think that all the actors got that did that well, but it's there's so many unique elements that this movie has going for it, between the music, between the rhyming couplets, just the look. It's like the book just came to life, and the fantastic characters, these two worlds meshing together. I mean, it has a lot of unusual things that come together quite beautifully.
Yeah, and I can leave you with this one. I know you had another animated character come to live action this year that you were shooting. Does this make you at all want to play, like, actually put on the suit and play Santa in something in the future?
It's funny. Nobody asked me that, and then the last 3 interviews that you're the sort where nobody had asked all day, and now they're like, "What about you playing Santa?" And then it's actually a good question, because I don't know if they made this a movie, this would actually have to be a huge budget movie, to kind of, just like what we did, the How to Train Your Dragon, the budget was huge for that, because you're trying to now create a world that when you were animating, you went, well, we don't have to worry, it's just animated. Then we had to build that world. So, but it could be a really fun movie. I don't know, the thought of just putting on a Santa costume to go and do another Santa movie, no, not specifically, but with this, you never know. I don't think they're talking about it, but I had a lot of fun playing this guy.
That is great. That is all I've got for you, man. But I appreciate the time, and you crushed it in this. It was really fun to hear you. I
appreciate it, man. Thank you for your time.
You were right all along. You should never have come here. It's all gone really terribly badly.
That didn't rhyme, Saint Nick. Is everything okay?